The game down there was seemed like one of the not best of the season. Was there anything that you can kind of take away from when you guys played down there in April? I think it was?
Well, I thought LAFC did a really good job of repressing us, and we couldn't get out of it. I think there were a couple goals that happened because of that. So being or having the composure to dribble out, play out of the back, counter them where they're going to be susceptible is something that we need to take advantage of. And obviously press them when we can. They gave up a few chances when they played against LA Galaxy, and that's something that we didn't do in our first game over there at their place.
You watched last night, right? What did you think of the outcome, especially in getting 5 goals?
Well, LAFC is always good in the attack. They have lethal weapons, lethal players on their team, and they're able to score in many ways. Now it's they also gave up 3 goals, so we can hit them as hard as they can hit us, and it's going to be a battle. But both teams in LA Galaxy and LAFC had flaws, just like ourselves.
Yeah.
And so it's about who makes the least amount of mistakes.
When they get their tempo going, they really move fast. They get the ball moving as fast, if not faster, than anyone in the league. As a defensive midfielder, how do you kind of try and snuff that out and stop that?
Number one, when you feel as though your team is going to lose the ball, be well aware of that situation and find your closest guy and try to stop the counter in that way. The repress has to be on, and it has to be set, or else they're going to hurt you really bad. So being smart defensively in that way, when you're about to lose the ball, just be aware of your surroundings and stop the counter attack in that way. Win second balls, but also just be sound defensively or get numbers back. We know it's going to be a difficult match, and when we commit numbers, we got to commit numbers in the back as well.
How important is organization and leadership in terms of doing all those things that you talked about on defense?
Yeah, those small things can really add up. Like I said, when you're about to lose the ball, when it seems as though you're about to put a cross in and they're going to win it, to be in the right spot at the right moment. That's off the ball, off the camera, yelling at the guy next to you and saying, "Hey, I want you here, 5 more yards to the left, to the right." So communication, leadership, all that stuff is going to play into this game, and we have a veteran team and a team that's been here before, so we have to really take advantage of the amount of experience that we have.
You guys, I think it's like 3 of the last 4 have been clean sheets for y'all. Obviously, the Dallas game wasn't, but it's also kind of the timing of when Román came back too. So, how much of a play does he have in the fact that the defense has improved, or is there something else that's really helped you guys improve your defense?
Well, number one, when you bring back a guy like Román, it's always going to help you, right? And in this case, he's been a big presence in the locker room just as much as on the field, and you saw him contribute in the first game back or the second game back with the header, but he's just a threat, man. People are scared of him on set pieces, and he's such a beast in the air, and he's faster than people think. So in that sense, when you have him in the back line, it's gonna make havoc for the other team. So it'll be really interesting to see how he matches up with Diomande, because Diomande's a big threat. So we're excited, and obviously with his leadership and his international experience, it just adds so much more to our team.
You guys, in the previous meetings, you guys really haven't ever had a full-strength team going against LAFC, and then you were sent off in the game here. So how nice will it be to go at them with a full-strength team and really test yourselves?
Well, I think we're excited, because I think this year, although the results didn't go our way, I thought we played extremely well in our second game. When I got sent off with 10 men, we grinded out that game. We had a chance to even go up and win that game with 10 men. So if we have that same intensity, that same mindset going into the game with a full strength roster, with all our guys healthy and ready to rock, I'm excited for that test, for that battle. It's great to see that both teams are pretty much healthy, and it's going to be the matchup that we've all been waiting for.
You guys. Okay, sorry. One of the more interesting things about the game last night was Coach afterward not being appreciative of a question regarding Vela and big games. And there's something to be said about the fact that, they're a young franchise and they haven't played in big games. So this could be a statement type of thing if they were to get one on y'all. Do you feel at all that this is solidifies anything about your stature if you were to do the reverse and defeat them? Or is this, could it be a statement type of game for you guys too?
For us, certainly you can look at it in that way. Anytime you get into the MLS Cup, it's a statement win. You're the best in the West, and obviously you do that in a short amount of games. But LAFC has done a lot this year, and we're here to stop them from accomplishing more, and hopefully we can do that. But in that sense, we have to be at our best and play that game as if it were a final. So, it is, but we have some motivation going into the game, and I think it was more so our previous games haven't gone our way. So certainly a statement win anytime you can get to MLS Cup, so hopefully we can do so.
Is it disrespectful at all to the fact that your guys' history to even ask you that?
No, I don't think so. We haven't beaten them. That's the reality of things. We haven't beaten them. We've seen them 4 times, and we've gotten 1 tie. So in that sense, it's the right time to beat them, and hopefully we can do it.
Do you like the David versus Goliath kind of edge to this, where they are the Supporters Shield champions, and even though you guys have had the longer history, they are certainly the favorites?
I don't see it that way. We've had some up and downs this whole year, and I think if we could have kept pace with our start of the season, we would have been right up there. So, a lot of things played into that, but I don't look at it like that. Or certainly, them being at home, they have the advantage, but I don't see it as one team that is completely more dominant than the other.
What did you make of the spectacle of the El Tráfico game last night, or Thursday night? Just the overall game and drama that happened.
Well, I think that's what MLS wants, right? A big game like that in the playoffs, 8 goals. The Stars really going at it. A couple remarks before and after the game. That's how you want to draw it up, and it doesn't happen every year. And the anticipation was real. Even on our end, we wanted to see a really good game, and I hope more games are like that, where it's not just the United States watching; it's all over the world, and that amount of anticipation and the atmosphere played a big part into how the game played out. So excited to have another big game like that, and hopefully we can come out on top.